Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's gameplay stream. I am Darkside Phil. Today is Sunday, August 28th, 2016. I'm in a good mood today. A better mood than I've been in the past week or so. For multiple reasons. There's things on the up and up. Things are looking good. There's good news all around that I'm going to share with you this afternoon before we get started here with our gameplay. Today's gameplay stream is going to be the continuation of Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. And to be completely transparent and frank with everyone, this is probably going to be my final gameplay stream of Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Doesn't mean that the game is ending. No, I am going to continue playing the game. But it's going to be mostly in an offline capacity. It will probably be a game that I balance with the stuff that I play for the next several weeks. This will be kind of my offline game. Because quite frankly, it has really not caught on with the viewing audience. The overwhelming feedback that I've received from most people who have attempted to watch the game is that they're bored. That the game seems to be very fun to play because of the variety of ways that you can go about solving missions, you can go about traversing the world, finding secret areas and stuff. But for the most part, it's not very entertaining to watch. One of those games, you sit there and you play it, it's great, but you watch someone else play it, it's not so great, okay? So, that's the deal. And, is it a sad fact? Not really. I think people who want to play the game are already playing it. And it's not like the game is getting any kind of massive negativity or anything getting thrown towards it. There's no shade getting thrown towards it. But, it is what it is. Times change. There was a time 5 years ago when I played Human Revolution that it was the first Deus Ex game I ever played. It was one of the very few open-world RPGs that I had played outside of maybe Fallout, right, at that point. And people really seemed to enjoy the playthrough. 5 years have passed and things have changed. People now, prefer to watch me play other kinds of games, and that's okay, all right? So I am not going to stop playing the game. I like the game, all right? I really like the game. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. But I certainly understand that if I want to operate a functional business, that this cannot be my main focus for the next several weeks. I have to branch out and do other stuff that people want to see, in an on-demand and streaming capacity. So 3 to 3.5 more hours of Deus Ex gameplay today, alright? And then it'll resume as the game that I balance with everything else later this week. Starting Tuesday, in fact. Tuesday night I'll be playing it more, and then probably a few more sessions later in the week. And it will carry on probably, quite honestly, even into, the first full week of September. It'll be kind of the offline thing, okay? So, that's the deal with Deus Ex. So, a few things to talk about. A lot of positive news today to talk about that I want to share with everyone. I think you're going to like today's pre-stream because positive news is good stuff, right? The first piece of positive news, I can confirm 100% with you as of this morning that my YouTube presence has come back from the really slow July. July was one of my slowest months ever on YouTube. Just attendance everywhere, whether it was on stream, on demand videos, on KO Gaming with the edited videos I was putting out, and my vlogging was down. Everything was down, but that was a symptom of the fact that there was no real occurrences, nothing really going on in the realm of gaming in the month of July. I can confirm with you right now, as of today, I've already exceeded July's performance, which means the rest of the month, the next 3 days, plus YouTube analytics are actually staggered by about 3 days, okay? So probably about 6 more, almost a full week of performance. That's going to be better than it was in July for me. So that's good. I needed that because financially, when you have a slow month like July, you need to come back from it. And I'm coming back from it strong. Looks like it's going to be a big spike this month. And hopefully next month, of course, we're starting the major gaming season. It'll continue to go up and up. All right? So thank you to those of you who attended my streams, who watched my videos, who had a participation in everything this month. Thank you. I came back from the down month in July, and it looks like things are looking up. All right? In addition, overnight, I had a bunch of good news from various different sources, okay? The first piece of good news is that the Battlefield 1 beta has formally been announced. It's going to happen this coming week. It's actually going to supposedly, alright, be released this Wednesday. If it is actually released this Wednesday, chances are I may check it out, because a bunch of people all messaged me overnight and said, Phil, did you hear about this? You know, we loved all your Battlefield coverage in the past, all the different Battlefields you've played, in particular Battlefield 4, which was the first one on PlayStation 4, was really fun to watch you play, and we really want to see you play the next one. So, if this is true, and if the Battlefield 1 beta is released on Wednesday, I'm probably going to be playing it. Alright, there you go. Also, there was some great pledging activity to my Patreon overnight. If you check it out now at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, you'll see that we are now only $120 away from hitting our monthly goal for the month of August. That is not very far. That is very doable. We've got 3 days left, ladies and gentlemen, to pledge to my Patreon in the month of August. Okay, you have to pledge by midnight Pacific time on August 31st. And if we just have, you know, a few more people step up and pledge, $120 to cover, we hit the goal. It means we'll be doing a playthrough of one of these 3 games, and the patrons will be voting on it, all right? And I know that this is not the plug segment, but I'm bringing it up because this happened overnight. There was a big increase in pledging. So thank you to those who did pledge overnight. I very much appreciate that. And, you know, here's hoping we can hit our goal for the month of August. So that was good news. But then there was another piece of good news that happened overnight, literally like 3:30 in the morning. I was asleep. And my phone, you know, vibrates, whatever, because I have certain email addresses that are approved addresses, meaning I know that they're official channels from verified sources. For example, you know, my bank. For example, YouTube. Certain sources that I know when they email me, it's going to be an important thing, okay? So my phone vibrates, makes a sound. Oh, crap. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I look over. Luckily, it didn't wake up Leanna. That would have sucked because she had to work early this morning. I pick up my phone. All right. I look at it, and it says, "Congratulations, app they call me DSP. You have been verified on Twitter. Please click here to see, you know, what this means," and yada, yada, yada. And I checked, and lo and behold, I was verified on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that is 5 years of trying for me to get. I'm not even kidding you. Since the day that I signed up for Twitter in, I think it was either late 2010 or 2011. I think it was actually early 2011, but I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that. It might have been like late 2010 when I started taking YouTube a little bit more seriously because I got laid off from my office job and decided to try to make YouTube work as a living. Well, anyway, when I did it, I tried to get verified. I've been trying to get verified on Twitter for that long. 5 years. And I tried it through various channels, okay? I tried it through by myself, just messaging them, emailing them, contacting them through various ways, saying, can I be verified? There's, you know, a lot of people who unfortunately like to do malicious things in regards to me on Twitter, whether it's just harassing me and my followers, you know, doxing me, which has happened. I've been doxed publicly on Twitter many times. Impersonating me. And this is actually a big one. Because when people impersonate me on Twitter and they make a name that's, you know, similar to my name and stuff, unfortunately it can lead people to think that there's, you know, malicious activities going on that I'm involved in that I'm not. I'll give you an example here, all right? A couple years ago, now this is a few years ago actually, when I was in the convention scene, remember for about 2 years I was going to gaming conventions and stuff. There was a convention I was interested in going to, and I had actually mentioned it a few times, but I hadn't attended it. Someone made a name on Twitter very similar to mine. In fact, it's the same name, they call me DSP, but instead of 2 L's in call, all right, one of them was a capital I. And this person took it upon themselves to mimic my Twitter account, looked exactly the same as my Twitter account, okay, and started tweeting people really nastily about different things, which fooled them, like other YouTubers, businesses, and one of the things in particular that they tweeted was this convention that I had mentioned, and basically started shitting on it, started just being really malicious and nasty, okay, and the account looked like it was me, And I wasn't verified or anything on Twitter, so unless you actually clicked on the account and saw, okay, this account only has like 2 followers, but Phil's real account has, tens of thousands of followers, you would have no way to tell the difference. And it's not just this, but these people from this convention contacted me personally, asking me to stop harassing them because they like, how dare you? You're a YouTuber, and you have this kind of behavior. We're in a convention, and we're trying to get going with our own business, and you got to be a dick and attack us and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I have nothing to do with this. I had no knowledge of this. And it's not the only time. It's happened, I'm not even exaggerating, hundreds of times over the years. People change one letter, they put a dash or a space or an underscore, they put in a number instead of a letter. You know what I mean? It's just pretty ridiculous. It's just silly, and it's the trolling is just ridiculous. And trying to impersonate someone and hurt them, you know what I mean, and make them look like a bad person for jokes is fucked up. It's something that a 5-year-old would do. But again, we're in the new era of internet anonymity and internet business and everything internet. It's all impersonal and there's no risk, right? It's not like you can get caught out for making a fake Twitter account and you're going to get in trouble in real life, so people continue to do it. So anyway, sadly, for years I had this going on and I really had no defense. And the other thing is, with all the harassment and stuff that goes on Twitter, like I said, people getting on my personal info, really nasty, malicious personal attacks, and all kinds of stuff like that. People who stalk and harass my viewers who try to tweet me nice things. Well, many times over the years, I basically submitted complaints to Twitter saying, look at this Twitter account here. Just look at, like, all the tweets. 95% of the tweets from this Twitter account are something negative about me. It's all slander. It's all insults. It's all basically things you would consider online bullying, which you claim is against your terms of service right here in black and white. In your fucking terms of service, it says you don't allow this on Twitter. So what are you doing? Why do you allow this account to exist? And I would literally submit these requests, and within a day, all right, I would get an automated response from Twitter, meaning, no human fucking looked at it. It just went to a bot, and the bot would respond and say, we have reviewed situation, no violation found, sorry. And that's it. Like, and it's so many times over the years, these people have attacked and done nasty shit, and I've tried to do something on Twitter to get them to stop, and Twitter doesn't listen. Twitter completely ignores anything like that I've submitted. It's been very few and far between. The only times when Twitter actually did do something is a time when, like, someone would post my fucking address on Twitter. All right, then they're like, oh, okay, that's personal information. We can't have that, and then that account will get shut down. But the most hurtful people out there who literally their entire existence on Twitter is to hurt me, I've never had any defense against them because Twitter just sends me a fucking automated message. Now, here's the deal. You may not realize this, okay? But when you get verified on Twitter, Twitter actually fucking listens. That's why I've wanted to be verified on Twitter for 5 years. Because they actually have a response team that reads complaints from verified users. Alright? So basically what happened is, after 5 years, someone at Twitter finally looked at my status, probably searched on Twitter and saw there's 5 million impersonator accounts who all insult me and make me look bad. Probably found, wow, he's got a YouTube channel that's verified, that's got hundreds of millions of views. He's got a partnership with Machinima. He's got his own dedicated website. He's been on Twitter for over 5 years using it positively, and basically he gets fucked on a daily basis. Someone finally used their heads. All right? And they gave me the verified status. So, what this means, very simply, is that in the future, if someone does something nasty or impersonates me or whatever, I can get it shut down. Finally, after 5 fucking years. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear, alright? I'm not going to do this actively. It's not something like, wow, I'm verified. Time to get to work shutting down Twitter accounts. No. I'm not like that. And the bottom line is, most of the serial harassers that I've had over the years that make my presence and your your interactions with me on YouTube, or excuse me, on Twitter, a negative thing because they harass us, I've blocked most of them anyway. So it's funny because sometimes I tweet and people are like, man, Phil, I can't believe how nasty those responses were. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I've blocked these people. They've been blocked for years. Anyone who serial stalks me and harasses me on Twitter is pretty much blocked from the get-go. All right? So I don't see that. But the bottom line is, if I now get wind of someone who's doing nasty shit, someone who is going out of their way to slander me on a regular basis, and they're going to continue to do it, they're going to have to watch their asses. Because now I actually have some recourse. I actually have people at Twitter who will look at the situation and will probably fucking shut them down. Finally, after 5 fucking years of me putting up with their bullying bullshit, I finally have some kind of defense. Now, again, like I said, don't worry. I'm certainly not going to be actively doing this. This isn't my focus. My focus is playing games, having fun, putting out reviews and edited content that's fun for you, vlogging. That's what I care about. I don't care about reporting 1,000 people. It's only if it gets to the point where it's a necessary evil where I have to do it will I go out of my way to do it, alright? But it's good news. I'm actually going to do a kind of a mini vlog about this later tonight, because I know a lot of people watch my pre-stream. I'm fully aware of that. I'm going to make a mini vlog about this later tonight in addition to my week in preview. I'll make it a separate video so people don't complain that I piled everything into the week in preview, okay? And I'll upload that to the King of Hate vlogs, okay? So, we'll see. We shall see, ladies and gents, what happens. But it's good news. It's very good news. And now, at the very least, we won't have these idiots who will be able to, impersonate me. Finally, I can get those assholes shut down. Alright. So that's a bunch of good news, right? Battlefield Beta, Patreon is up. My Twitter's verified. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. Now, before I get to the plug segment, and then we'll end the pre-stream, I just want to say one quick thing. Tomorrow I'm off. I'm taking a day off to celebrate Leanna's birthday. Leanna, last year we planned a big birthday celebration around Leanna's birthday, and then we both got sick and couldn't do anything. This year we decided we won't plan anything purposely because just in case something happens, and now we're both fine, and she managed to get the day off of work, and we have nothing planned. So we're just going to do something makeshift last minute. We're going to spend the day together. It's going to be my one and only final kind of day off before I get involved with massive amounts of gaming. Okay? Massive amounts of gaming. We've got new releases. We've got re-releases of, upgraded games that are coming out soon. Ongoing playthroughs. Tons of stuff happening starting in September. And I realize that this is the time of the year where I really need to hunker down and be here for you on stream every day and uploading videos every day. I understand that. So that's the deal, is starting this week is kind of, that's it. Full in, full-time, 100%, gotta work my ass off to try to make this business work for the rest of the year. So tomorrow is officially my final day off pending, any sickness or anything. So Leanna and I will be doing some fun stuff. So no streaming, no videos tomorrow. Tomorrow will be one day away, and then I'm going to come back strong on Tuesday with a new release of Attack on Titan and with more Deus Ex. So for one day, sadly, you'll have to go do something else unless you want to get caught up with the massive amount of videos that I put out recently, like all the coverage of King of Fighters I did, including an online session of multiplayer the other day where I won a ridiculous amount of times. I did really well, even though the lag was terrible. You get caught up with the Deus Ex playthrough, you get caught up with the Scarface playthrough, which will resume at some point. There's a lot of stuff for you to get caught up on if you haven't been, around lately. So hopefully you'll check it out and you won't be bored for a day. But I'll be back with new stuff on Tuesday, new release and everything, okay? Alright, ladies and gents. So, here we go. Let's talk very quickly about gratuitous plugs. As you know, they are a necessary evil for me to operate my business, and then we'll get started with Deus Ex gameplay. First off, thank you again for a great month. August, already I've exceeded what I did in July, and there's still about a week's worth left of kind of performance that's going to be coming in. So I've already done much better than July, and I want to thank you for that. The streams have been great. The on-demand, everything's been great. Thank you for allowing me to come back from a slow month with a lot of fun stuff this month, okay? There are many ways that you can help me to continue to be successful in business rather than just watching the videos. I know a lot of people, all they can do is watch the videos. That's cool. But if you have a little bit of extra time or money, there's a lot of things you can do. First off, if you're interested in Loot Crate, all right, if you take a look at the description of any of my live streams or videos, there's a referral link, Patreon, or I said Patreon, oops, lootcrate.com/DarksidePhil, okay? And if you use that link and you use the code SAVEME10DSP, SAVEME10DSP, you can save 10% off of any new Loot Crate subscription. Once you go to that referral link, there's a drop down and it actually lists. They have all kinds now. They got Loot Gaming, Loot Anime, they have a Halo one, they have a WWE one, they have a lot of different Loot Crates. You can save 10%, all right? And this month, I'm going to be unboxing Loot Anime, and you might say, but Phil, there's only 3 days left in the month. Why haven't you done your video of Loot Crate unboxing? You haven't done anything, this month for it. I didn't know this, but Loot Anime gets sent out much later. In fact, they just mailed it out at the end of the week, and I'm not supposed to get it until the middle of this coming week. So technically, I won't even have it until, like, September. And I will be doing an unboxing video for the King of Hate vlogs, but I need to actually get the loot box first. So I will be doing that, and it will be Loot Anime this coming week, hopefully. All right. That's number one. Save 10%. And yes, of course, that is a referral code, so I'll get a little bit of credit too. But hey, you save, and I get a little bit. We all work it out. It all works out for all of us, right? Obviously, follow me on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. Now that I'm verified, things will be a little bit better, especially with the stupid impersonations. All right, I won't be able to put up with that shit anymore. They're just gonna not be able to be so silly with the shit that they do on Twitter. Oh, and by the way, it's funny because already, since I announced this morning that I have gotten verified, a bunch of people unfollowed me on Twitter. Because you know why? Because it's all the trolls. And they're like, oh, fuck. Well, Phil's verified now. The party's over. We can't fucking just sit here and shit on him all day because he'll report us. So I get the feeling I'm going to lose a bunch of Twitter followers in the next few days, and I'm okay with that. Pretty funny. But anyway, follow me on Twitter. Every night, I put up a new, what do you call it? Schedule. Boy, I couldn't think of the fucking word. A new schedule that lets you know what I'm going to be doing the next day, okay? I also post up all kinds of stuff on social media. Yesterday, I went to the arcade with Leanna, and I posted up a few fun pictures of the stuff we saw there, including they had this giant Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympic Games arcade machine. I've never seen one that big before. That was pretty fun. And but also, I post up things like about food, things about pop culture, all kinds of stuff. All my opinions. But I don't spam the shit out of my Twitter like a lot of other people do. I'm not on there tweeting 4,000 times a day. It's more business related than anything else. So please consider following me on Twitter @TheyCallMeDSP. And if you do enjoy the stuff that I put there, please consider retweeting and liking my tweets. Because the bottom line is the more social media reach that I get, the better it is. It actually helps the business. Okay? KO Gaming, my YouTube channel where I do all edited style content, including highly polished reviews, countdowns, first impressions videos. I just released a first impressions video on Deus Ex Mankind Divided Friday night. It's doing okay. I think at this point it has like 6,000 views or something like that. My first impressions videos almost never get giant views unless it's something massively negative. And I really didn't have much massively negative to say about Deus Ex because it's a great game. But, it's a fun channel. I love doing it. It's on the up and up. Every day I'm getting tons of new subscribers. People are really enjoying it, so please check it out over at youtube.com/KOGaming1 and spread the word if you like it. Patreon, I've already mentioned, so I'm not going to go into detail again, but I will say this. 3 days left to pledge to my Patreon for this month and get your perks within the first week or so of September. We're $120 away from hitting the monthly goal. We're very close. If a handful of people step up in the next 3 days and pledge, we'll definitely hit the goal. It's very reachable, but you have to pledge within the next 3 days, and especially if you want to vote on what game I'll be playing in September. Again, real quick, whether it's going to be Jak 3, Banjo-Kazooie, or Crash, you need to pledge $5, okay? If you pledge less, that's cool. You're still contributing towards the goal, but you cannot vote on which one you want to see unless you pledge $5 or more, okay? Excuse me. Felt that one coming. And last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna has her own business where she sells handmade glycerin soaps and waxed heart melts. You can check that out over at etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrant. In the year and a half she's been operating, she shipped over 500 orders worldwide. She ships internationally, although it is kind of pricey. Nothing we can do about that. That's U.S. shipping cost. And nothing but positive feedback. Don't take my word for it when I say that this stuff is great. I probably would even if it wasn't, although it really is. And the reason you can trust me is because you can check out the website yourself, where there's tons of positive feedback from her customers. In fact, it's nothing but positive feedback. Every person who's ordered has loved her stuff. So give it a look, check it out, and you might enjoy it, whether it's for yourself or it's a gift for someone else. It's worth a look, all right? That's it, folks, for the pre-stream. Yay! All right. It's time to start with Deus Ex again. We're in the middle of a big bank heist. Even though it's not what I'm supposed to be doing at the bank. I broke into the bank and I'm robbing all the vaults, which is pretty funny. All right, folks. Here we go. It's time to start with Deus Ex. Thanks for being patient, and let's begin.